What up, grannies and granddads? It's your guy, the Black Abstract. You're locked in once again. I appreciate y'all, motherfuckers. So, what I want to react to today is Senator Tim Scott. I believe he's from the Carolinas. He's a GOP representative. He was speaking about racial injustice, and this is what he had to say.
Today, kids are being taught that the color of their skin defines them again. And if they look a certain way, they're an oppressor. From colleges to corporations to our culture, people are making money and gaining power by pretending we haven't made any progress at all, by doubling down on the divisions we've worked so hard to heal. You know this stuff is wrong. Hear me clearly. America is not a racist country. It's backwards to fight discrimination with different types of discrimination. And it's wrong to try to use our painful past to dishonestly shut down debates in the present.
So he had me up until he said racist is an American country. I actually agree with some of his talking points. I don't believe that division against division is the right thing. That's just how it's being combated. But I think he's speaking. It seems to me he's speaking from a perspective of somebody who has grown up fortunate. He's grown up with no hardships. He hasn't dealt with any racism or very limited racism. To say racism doesn't exist in America when we see clear examples every day that it still does, that's dangerous, man. That's a dangerous construct to even speak out your mouth. How do you even say that as a black man? You have to be from you have to come from a family with wealth, or maybe middle class. You still got to deal with that shit. You got to have wealth in your family to say that doesn't happen. You from the Carolinas, where racism was big in the South, so I don't understand this concept or this way of thinking. Yes, I do agree that there are organizations if I spoke on this before, like Black Lives Matter. I believed in the original idea of what Black Lives Matter was, but then I got to researching and seeing that it's just like Jesse Jackson, Rainbow Coalition. All it is propaganda. It's for these particular owners to gain from, and they do nothing to help the people who they profit off of. Look at Mike Brown's mom. She's probably living in a fucking hood on welfare somewhere. And Black Lives Matter made last year $90 million, and she doesn't see a lick of that. The families who they're gaining this profit from and are suffering the trauma of the loss, they're not getting anything out of this. They got owners that's buying mansions, and so yes, I do agree with that point. I do believe that prejudice and racism is being combated with prejudice and racism. I do agree with that point. But the fact to say that racism just doesn't flat out exist is just, I think it's you're misinformed. I think that's something that's very dangerous. That the fact you even said that, and I think you're pandering to a particular base. That's what I think. Then I'm not really into politics. I'll speak on certain clips I get or people send me, but I don't get it into it that deep because I don't want to be emotionally involved. Like, it's people that I know. Like, I had a guy that I do business with, and this is how I found out about this clip. He was, Tim Scott. I'm like, no, I don't know who that is. You don't know Tim Scott? You guys got the same last name. I'm like, no, I don't know who he is. Well, he's a black guy. So, okay, because he's black, I'm supposed to know who he is. If he ran for president, I would vote for him. Because you're a conservative and you don't like Democrats. And the fact that he's black and he's telling you what you want to hear, you will vote for him. Like, get the fuck out my face with that. That's lame. And you know how I am. I kind of see things from both sides of it. So like I said, I do agree with some of the stuff he was saying, but then he lost me when he said racism doesn't exist in America. I just for those of you who don't know, I own a roadside assistance company. And you know, I get down and I get out and do calls myself. If I want to make a quick, I can easily make a quick $300 or something today. So I had to go do a lockout the other day. It was at a mobile trailer home, over in Cheektowaga somewhere, and I never even seen this place before. But it was like one of those. It was like they got the newer mobile homes, and then they got the old ones. These are like the old ran down ones. So I drive in there, and it's like I'm driving in a different world. But I'm driving through there, right? I'm driving slow because it's small, and I'm looking for the house number. These two older ladies were walking, maybe their grandson or something, and I'm driving slow, and they were just giving me the most disgusting look ever. And I'm like, dude, like, you see where you living? Like, I live in the suburbs in a house that I pay $1,500 a month mortgage, and how dare you even? I had to check myself, like, how dare you look at me like that? And I almost started to say something, but then again, I was like, nah, I don't really care. Let me just go do this lockout, get my little $75, and keep it pushing. And it's it, especially in Western New York, man. It's very, being in Buffalo, New York is very, very segregated, but it's segregation in the mind. It's not physical, or it's not like blacks live here, whites live here. Everybody lives everywhere. East side is predominantly black people, obviously. West side used to be predominantly Hispanics, but now that's changed. It's just a mixed pot of everybody: Somalians, Vietnamese, Hispanics, black, white. I love the suburbs I live in is diverse. So it's like I said, it's in the mind for where I live at. It's people might say something to you, but then you could just tell by the looks they give you. Or you got some neighbors that just don't say nothing. Like, I got a neighbor that lived kind of like on the other side of me, in the back of me, and she was cutting her grass, and I waved to her, and she just looked at me and kept cutting her grass. I'm like, all right, bro, hey. But it would drive you crazy. But to get back to the topic, this is, yeah, you can't say stuff like this, especially with everything we just saw with the last administration. And it's something that could have been resolved so easily, I think. Like, give a little, take a little. But I see the pacifying that the left is trying to do, and it's kind of like every little thing. Oh, we're gonna do this for black people. We're gonna do this, and it's just like, all right, yo, stop just babying. All we want to do is just be treated fairly. When we get pulled over, don't have to worry about getting shot, and that's it. It ain't really too much to that, man. You know what I mean? Just try to work on the police department and see what it's simple things. But all this pacifying for every little thing is kind of just, it's just like, why? It's, you know what I mean? Like, it's not gonna make up for years and years of prejudice and racism. It's not. So let's just try to work on the problems today and do just that. But all these band-aids and pacifiers, oh, they can say this, you can do this, do this. Of course, other races are going to feel some type of way because they feel like, oh, they're getting baby. But yeah, this was irresponsible from Tim Scott, man. I don't know. And they call him Uncle Tim on Twitter. I seen he was trending Uncle Tim. So I wanted to speak on this. I believe, hopefully, Charlamagne give him Donkey of the Day, which he should. He deserves to be a Donkey of the Day for this. This is stupid. And like I said, I did agree with some of his talking points in there. But when he said that, I'm like, what? Like, how could you? I don't see how, as a black man, how do you say something like that? I just don't get it. But let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with Senator Tim Scott Post your comments below. Make sure you like, subscribe, and the notification bell. Even if you don't agree with my opinion, shit, we can have a healthy discussion in the comments. Let me see your side of it. Always be respectful, because YouTube will remove your comments. You can't. They are very PG-13 here. You say anything, and they'll just remove your comments. So just word it to where, I guess, no cuss words. I don't know. But till next time, peace.